Welcome to the edition of Let's Play Farming Simulator 2013 on the Bayern Farm. Alright, back for episode 3. Somehow I'm managing to keep all these numbers straight. I guess that's the first few, that's probably why. If they were, in the 20s, maybe I might lose track of it a bit more, but for now, I'm keeping track of it, which is good. Alright, so a lot of people suggested getting rid of this tipper. I'm going to keep this big tipper. I know it works just with not that tractor specifically, so I'm just going to keep it for the time being. That is the reason why I've kept it thus far. Then we have the quarry wagon, and I'm going to keep that as well because that actually works well with our current class. If you don't like that, well, I understand. Because this one did look a little funny with my class, and this one is a bit small. But they do function, at least this one does, the quarry wagon. So we're going to keep it for now. I'm sure we will replace it eventually, don't you worry. But for now, that's what we're going to stick with. So, as I mentioned last episode, we're going to deal with the straw this episode. So let me just hop into my tractor here. Now, I have the, I can never remember the name, JF, FCT, whatever it's called, FCT 1060 ProTech, ready to go to make some chaff of this straw. And I have my Scania truck over here. Now what I've done is I've recorded a courseplay course, and he's going to drop off the chaff in our bunker already. So let me just hop in here for a quick second. So I've already driven the course. I'm just going to set it up. There you go. He's so quiet. So this is what it looks like inside this thing. This is the Scania truck. Pretty nice looking interior, I have to admit. Pretty clean. Could use a bit more detail, but in comparison to some other trucks I've seen, this is pretty darn good. So, ideally I would drive the truck, and I wouldn't have to do this. But in this case, I didn't use courseplay because that particular combine doesn't play nice with courseplay. So, in light of that, I set up the truck using courseplay, and then I'll drive the Class 620 Arion. Anyways. Some people were suggesting that I get rid of this tractor and get a new one. That's not going to happen for a little while. Prices and whatnot, basically. And totally remembered to select the tractor this time. I don't know how many times I forgot to do that playing off camera. Is that raised or lowered? Lower. There we go. Alright, so let's do a nice slow cruising speed here. Perfect. Look at that. Whoa, slow down a little bit there. And the cool thing about this is because I'm driving, what I can actually do... Oh no, I can't do it like that? Oh, that sucks. Okay, so if I had this set up on courseplay, or if I had it set up on courseplay, or if I had it a hired worker, I guess, it would be the other option. But you can't really hire a worker with this. Yeah, not really. So what you could do, theoretically, is you could select which side to actually have the truck go beside. So I guess I select the left side or the right side. But it doesn't work because I'm driving this. Just want to check something real quick. For some reason I have the feeling I have the more realistic mod installed. I don't know why, but I get that feeling, so I'm just going to check something. And the way we're going to do that is, let's go into miscellaneous. Do I have anything in miscellaneous that's really, really cheap? No, that's not cheap. Nope, that's not cheap. Basically what I'm trying to do is I'm just looking to see... here we go. 600... Anything cheaper than that? That's... Nope, that's not what I'm going to say. Basically what I'm doing is this. So if I can... Yeah, I can buy it. Which is not what I want to be able to do. So I might have the more realistic mod installed. I cannot remember. The reason why I bring this up, let me just give you a quick little lesson. The reason why I bring this up, so in order to buy more realistic mods, I need to have the more realistic mod installed. Now, what it does is it makes a ridiculous amount of silage and chaff, which is not good. So if it is the case, that is the reason why I get a ton of silage. Just to let you guys know. I don't think so, because this would probably have been full already. Had I been doing this with the more realistic mod installed. So just keep that in mind. If it does seem like I'm getting a lot, that's the reason why. I must have forgotten to take it out. So keep that in mind, just in case, because I know if you watch the Serbian farm series, you will know that you can create a ridiculous amount of silage, or chaff, I should say, with the moralistic mod installed, because it would be like if I were like halfway, not even halfway down this windrow, if I had the moralistic mod installed, this truck would be like full within a few seconds. It's ridiculous. So, well, that's not too bad. How much am I getting in the truck here? Oops, in the truckian. In the truck. Let's just put them in a group so I don't have to do that again. 18%. Okay, no, I don't think I have it installed, but that's weird. I was able to buy a. That's weird. I was able to buy a weight there because I can't. I've discovered I can't buy tractors when I don't have the moralistic mod installed. So I have to. It's weird because what I have to do because I'm playing the 2 different seasons, one with more realistic mod installed, one without. I actually have to take it out every single time because if you go to sell things when you have the more realistic mod installed, the prices are adjusted for the more realistic mod, whereas on this it wouldn't be. Hopefully, that's the idea at least. So yeah, I think it should be okay. It was at 18%, and it's not too bad, I guess. But like I said, if it does seem like a lot of chaff, that is the reason why. So, I can't even stop the truck. That's annoying. That is annoying. So what I'll have to do is this. Nice slow turn. And the problem is, because I'm doing this, the truck has to follow me. So if you take really sharp turns because you're a human being, and and you just like taking sharp turns, the truck will not play nice with that. Because you'll definitely get mixed up with the truck. Now, because it's on course play, what should happen is the truck will drive away once it's full. And if you're not careful, you'll actually start spewing out chaff all over the place. Well, you'll basically be wasting chaff is what it boils down to. So I thought I can go faster than this. Does it suggest a speed I can move at? Just check. Sometimes it actually will say in the description how fast you can actually drive, but it isn't here, so... Let's try cruise control 2. Yeah, that's what I thought. It's a little too fast. So, let's just see how fast we can go here. So it looks like it's about... I can do 16 kilometers. Okay, that's not so bad, I guess, though. But now the truck's going to act funny until it gets the right speed here. So I think what's happened is... The truck is, I think it has the field speed as 15 or 14 miles an hour. I think is usually the usual cruising speed it starts off. And then once you get to a certain point, it will actually adjust. But it takes a little bit of it takes course play a little bit of time to adjust to the speed itself. So now the annoying part here is because I am on this side, I actually have to do some weird turn now. Make sure that truck doesn't hit a tree. So I'm going to do a really big turn. So I want to have the truck stay on the same side. Just so I can get back at the straw here. And you have to be a little careful like that. So I'll just keep going and waste a little bit of this chaff. Not too much here. And eventually what will happen is the truck will decide to follow me. Because of course plays like that sometimes. So this is where having a human being driving the truck is a bit more helpful. There we go. You should line up there. There we go, finally. So that's one of the funny things about playing with course play as the for the person who, well, collecting the silage, or the chaff, I guess. I don't know why I keep calling it silage. It's not silage yet, it's still chaff. Once we ferment it, then it becomes silage, but right now it's definitely not. So far, I'm really enjoying this map. A lot of people suggested going for cattle, dairy. Definitely going to do that, but we need some money first. I think it was John suggested that I make the farm tick, so to speak, from only my cattle or only my animals, and not get more like a lot of fields like I normally do. And I really think that suggestion specifically is pretty cool, because, like he actually said it in, I'm pretty sure it was John who said it. Like he said, a lot of the time what I do is I tend to go for a lot of crops and don't focus too much on animals. Well, I do, but not a crazy amount. So I thought that was a really interesting suggestion. I'm going to try and do that. So I'm going to stick with just 4 fields then. And we already have 3, but we have 2 that are used for grass at the moment, which are close to the BGA. So we may, at some point, transfer this guy with our forage harvester, I guess we would call it, with our forage harvester down to those fields, and then at that point we can get a mower as well, and then we can mow the grass down there and use it in the BGA. See, there he's full. So now he should. Let's just turn off the tractor for the time being. Apparently that's still gonna run. That's weird. Oh, there we go. Now let's just drive along with him here. So this is the Scania. The mirrors are kind of funny. They made it look as if they work, but what they do is, as you can see, there's stuff moving there, but it's not a true mirror. It just makes it look as if it is. Now the cool thing, because I'm using Courseplay here, it actually puts the tarp on, which is kind of cool. I always forget to do that, so it's kind of interesting to see what it will do. Now, I guess actually what I could do is I could just do this myself, now that I think about it. It really doesn't make a difference. I don't know if that would happen in real life or not, but this thing, here, I'll show you in a second. Let me just dump this out. It actually does something really strange. So let me just pull forward here a little bit. There we go. I forget how big these bunkers are. I think they're 600,000 liters. So what I'm going to do is, because I can't do anything when this guy is unloading, I'm gonna let him drive a little bit, and then what I'll do is I'll try to start backing up into this bunker here. Now, is he gonna continue on? He should. Yes. So if you look, watch the side of it. He'll once he stops, he'll actually tilt forward, and then when he starts, he'll actually tilt back a little bit there. I guess it's from the torque or something, but it's kind of interesting to watch. Now, I think because he's going a little quick there, apparently. Now, because he is based off of the Euro Truck Simulator, I think that's part of the reason why it does that, but I'm not sure. But it is a really nice looking truck. Like, interior's nice, exterior's really nice, high res. The only thing I'm not used to is having the wheels, I don't know what you call it, 4x4 wheels turning. That throws me off a little bit. But all in all, it's a nice truck. Better than most trucks, actually, I've seen. I don't like them more than Duke's trucks, just because I prefer North American trucks for whatever reason. Yeah, you better not take that out. Jeez. Alright, start her up again. Let's fire this up. I think his name is Jack Wees. I think he said I should try and start playing Euro Truck Simulator as another game to add to the channel. I don't know about that. I played a little bit of Euro Truck Simulator, the demo basically. I tried it out, and it seemed alright, but I don't know. It's not 100% my thing. I think I would play it for a little bit and then get bored of it quickly, so that's one of the reasons why I don't play it, basically. I've been playing Farming Simulator so much, it's everything else just seems like it's alright. I actually was looking on Steam a while back to see how many hours I put into Farming Simulator. Yeah, it's a lot more than I thought it was, actually. Oh man, if you really want to know the number of hours, ask me on Twitter. I'll tell you. If you really want to follow me on Twitter, my handle is IPJRobson. So it's at IPJRobson. If you really want to follow me on Twitter, you can if you want. I tweet a little bit about video game stuff, but mostly just chatting with people I know from where I'm from. That's what most of my Twitter feed's like, is chatting with people. To, like, for example, today I talked about something random. Someone said they saw a coyote off one of the roads here in the city I live in, and I basically asked them, is that good or bad? Because coyotes in Canada here are quite. It's not an unusual thing. Let's say they're plentiful. Actually, in some places in Ontario, they actually had culls, which basically means hunters went out and shot coyotes because there were too many of them, and they would get paid by the government or municipality, I think it was, for each coyote skin they would get. Kind of not really the nicest thing, but it's a way of controlling the population. They do the same thing with other species, like they do it with deer sometimes, and they do it with mostly deer, actually. I think they might do it with wild turkey as well, depending on the area, but mostly I've heard it with deer and coyotes, not much else. Not that I've heard. I'm sure there are other places in the world that do it too, but I don't know about other places in the world. I know more about Canada, so if you do that, if that happens in your country, let me know. I'm kind of curious now. Not the nicest topic of conversation, I realize, but it came to my mind. So that's what happened on Twitter today, and that's why it came up in conversation. Someone just said, "Hey, I saw a coyote," and I was like, "Great, is that good or bad?" Now, of course, if you're a farmer and you have sheep, let's say, coyotes are bad. Coyotes will kill your lambs and kill your sheep, and you lose money, basically. So what a lot of farmers tend to do to help protect their herd is that they will actually buy an animal that's what do they call it? I think it's like a protection animal, basically. Like, for example, my sister-in-law has an alpaca, which will basically fight coyotes and protect the sheep from coyotes. Also, they have two guardian dogs. That's what I was thinking of. Guardian dogs. They also have two of them. I think I want to say they're Burmese, but I can't remember. They are giant. Well, one of them is a giant white fluff ball, basically. And I mean giant in the sense that if it jumps on somebody, like, not even like fully standing up, it's probably like 4 or 5 feet tall. You're gonna be like that, eh, Scania? Jeez. Alright, we're gonna do this then. I'm gonna do another odd turn here. Just get in here. There we go. So, let me just line this up here a little bit. This is a bit more difficult when you're not in... Technically, I'd be able to see over that. I'd probably just lean back over that... over the chair there, but this will have to do, I guess. There you go. A little bit of in-cab foraging. Am I getting everything? Good. Now I need to pay attention to where that truck is. Is there actually anybody in there? Can I see them? No, I can't see them. Right in my blind spot. Oh well. Yeah, anyways, people will have guardian dogs and guardian animals which protect the flock from things like coyotes, specifically here in Canada, because we have a lot of coyotes. And if you're, depending on where you are located, like in Northern Ontario, for example, they have mountain lions up there. In some places, that's a bit more rare, but coyotes are definitely common. And if you get even further north, you got wolves. Well, not that far north, I guess. Yeah, in the Algonquin area, if you know where that is in Ontario. It's central Ontario. I guess in Northern Ontario. There's wolves out that area, and then if you have sheep or pigs, for example, or chickens, perfect. He's full. Look at that. Let me just line this up then, and then I'll hop back into Scania. We'll just do that running for the time being. That's okay, truck. I'll take over. You're driving too slow. Yeah, so that's what they have. They have guardian dogs, or you can have an alpaca, which helps protect the sheep as well. It depends how big your flock is, and also depends on where you're located, and if you have a building for the sheep to go into, like a barn or something. All those types of things play into the protection of the sheep, basically. So if you need more protection, obviously you take... you don't take more protection, but you make sure your sheep are protected, because that's your livelihood, basically, if you are a sheep farmer, at least. Now, the one thing I wish these mirrors did work, because they're pretty awesome mirrors on this particular Scania. So because they are, How cool would it be to actually be able to use the mirrors to back out, but alas, we can't. So I have to use what we got here. All right, now let's just straighten this out. So this is probably what happened in real life. And in real life, you would not drive over your silage with a truck because you wouldn't get over the silage, basically. Oh, I need to back up a little bit more here. You would do what I'm doing here, and then you'd probably have another truck, or another tractor, sorry, that would compact it. And we only have two. How full is that now? 26%. We only have two, well, we have a tractor, not even two tractors. I don't know why I said two. So we only have the one tractor, so hopefully that tractor is heavy enough to compact that silage. The funny thing about this truck I've noticed is it rocks a lot. I'm used to Duke's truck that really stick to the road because they're super, super heavy. This one kind of rocks around a little bit. Like if I take a low turn, it's like, whoa. But I guess it makes sense due to the steering and whatnot, so. And that, I'm assuming that's how a real truck would react in that scenario as well. Really? Just go to the point where it's totally going to get stuck if it goes to where I think it's going to go. Yep, you're definitely going to go right to the start again. Oh well. We'll do it this way then. So I remember last time basically I drove through the bunkers and then let course play take over for the last little bit there. And because I didn't do that this time, it wants to go and do this whole route all over again for whatever reason. So let's just start the course here and see what happens. Is it gonna turn? Ugh. Not very nicely, but it will turn. One of the nice things I had discovered about this particular map is that it will, there's some things that you can drive through and some things you can't drive through, which is nice. Like for example, like I can walk through this door, which is nice in case I ever have problems, but you can also open the door up. So if you want to be a bit more realistic, you can go and open the doors, and you can close them again too if you like. So that's one of the cool things about this map. And the same thing applies to, where is it? These doors over here. Let me just show you what I'm talking about. So these doors, is it L here too? Yeah. So these doors you can open, but you can also just walk through them as well, which is nice. So if you do have any problems with mods and whatnot, you can just deal with it that way, which is nice. Scania, come on, hurry up. Sheesh. I went on a whole side tangent about doors. Anyways, I don't know. I think I've mentioned this before, but I'm not sure if farmers actually make chaff out of straw. I know straw isn't very nutritious, so my guess is they probably don't make just silage out of this. They probably mix it with something else if they are going to use straw. Because in terms of nutrition, straw isn't really that nutritious for your animals. It tends to be used as bedding more than anything else, basically, and not so much on the silage front that I know of, at least. I'm not an expert or anything, but as far as I know, it's not common to make silage out of straw. But I suppose it's possible, according to Farming Simulator at least. So apparently, this way of making silage with a semi like this is they do it in some places. I believe it was IE Yasu 69, I want to say, says this. I believe that I think he said he'd do this in Ireland, if I remember correctly. I'm sorry if I butchered your username there. That's one of the reasons why I decided just to use my name instead of using a username. One of the reasons why is because I have a really terrible system for usernames in games. So what I would do is I would always use my last name and then use a couple acronyms to describe what kind of character it was. So for example, if it was an undead warlock, so when I used to play World of Warcraft, it was UDWL, for example. And it made it really easy for people to identify whether I was online or not, because they would just be like, oh, there he is. And it would always, like, depending on which character, so if it was like an undead warlock, it would be UDWL. If it was a Tauren druid, it would be TD, so all sorts of funny stuff like that. Whoa, Scania. supposed to be silly like that, Scania. Supposed to be the responsible one. Jeez. Anyways, that's one of the downfalls of doing what I'm doing right here, because to get it to line up, sometimes you gotta fiddle with it a little bit, which is the annoying part. The downfall. So, if someone were actually driving that truck, that obviously wouldn't happen. Well, it's possible it would still happen if the person was trying to hit you. Hopefully they weren't. I try to go for as much realism as I can, within reason, of course, because it is a game and it is Farming Simulator, and Farming Simulator doesn't always get, doesn't always have things 100%. Wow, Scania, come on. Did I erase this? Oh, that's probably why. There we go. Sheesh. And, yeah, it's like I need. It's like I need to go like a certain distance before it's like, yeah, that's fine. So what I'll do is, because I am making chaff in this episode, and I'm pretty. It seems like the more realistic mod is installed, which it shouldn't be. I guess I forgot to take that out. But actually, it hasn't been two. I've only got one load so far out of this, so we might get maybe 3 or 4, maybe. So I'm not too worried about it, but that is annoying that I forgot that. So what I won't do, I should say, is I'm not going to sell any wheat at all this episode, because if I do have the more realistic mod installed, that means I'll get a different amount from the wheat. So that's the reason why I'm not doing that. So this is going to be a silage episode. Well, chaff, I guess. Not really silage yet. Also, something that dawned on me is, because I'm making silage out of this, I am going to need to have some way of transporting it. Now, that means one of 2 options. I can either A, use a front loader, or B, go back to my tried, tested, and true conveyor belt. I'm definitely leaning towards a conveyor belt, because that's just my style. And there's tons of conveyor belts on this map too. Like, I don't know if you noticed, but where they have the mixed fruit and the silage itself and the straw and grass, there's actually conveyor belts for all of that, which is awesome. I'm happy the map creator decided to go that route. So, also, I just remembered something. It's not Brad M71, it's Brad M73. I mentioned that in I think it was episode number 1 or number 2, and I butchered the number. It's supposed to be 73, not 71. I was pretty darn close, though. I was pretty darn close. Definitely check out his channel. He does some cool stuff with his channel. He does a Farming Simulator and a few other games as well. So if you like Farming Simulator, if you like watching my channel, definitely check out his channel as well. He does some pretty cool things there. And might as well just give a whole bunch of shout-outs to different YouTubers I know. Definitely check out Caravera76. He has some cool stuff. He just started a Minecraft series on a mod pack called Magic Farm, which is a pretty... It looks like it's going to be... Oh, Scania, you're killing me here today. Jeez. And it looks like it's going to be a pretty cool little mod pack. So it's called Magic Farm. I think he's playing Magic Farm 2, if I remember correctly. And he just started a little... it's not quite a Let's Play. It's like a look-see kind of idea, as the Great Gamer might call it. So he's just checking out the mod pack, seeing what it's like. But it seems like it's going to be pretty cool. If you've ever played Minecraft before, one of the really cool things that they did in that particular mod pack is that they made it so you can't make vanilla tools. You have to use flint. So one of the very first episodes, he was looking for gravel. Normally you could care less about gravel, but in the Magic Farm mod pack, you need gravel because you need the flint in order to make tools. It's the only way you can make some of those beginning tools. So it was pretty funny to see him do that, actually, to actually go out of his way to look for gravel, which made me laugh quite a bit. So definitely check out his channel as well, Caravera76. If you listen to this, Kara, hey, how's it going? How's it going, I should say. So yeah, check out his channel as well. So lots of cool YouTubers out there. If you like Farming Simulator, both of those guys do Farming Simulator as well. So actually, Caravera76 actually has a couple different farming simulator series. He's got a Let's Play on the Old Family Farm. So if you remember from season 2, I think it was, I did a Let's Play on the Old Family Farm, and Caraver is doing a Let's Play on that farm as well. Definitely check it out. He's taken a slightly different approach than I did, so it's always interesting to see how people do approach these types of things. So I find it really interesting, at least because I played the same map as he did, so it's really cool to check out. He also has a multiplayer series, so if you like multiplayer, not just a single person. He's doing a multiplayer as well with Hitman82 and Fadman, so check out those guys as well. So, alright, I think that's the last shout I'm going to give out. Jeez, I really didn't mean to do that many all at once, but they just all kind of came to mind at the same time. Anyways, this is what I was talking about right here. See the grass, straw, so that's grass, needs 2 S's, straw, no, it's German, that's why, silage, and Mischfutter is mixed fruit. But check it out. Let me just go down here. Totally have conveyor belts for each of them. Love that. Anyways, I should probably set this guy up so he actually does what he was doing last time again. Because yeah. Oh, okay, that's not so bad. I thought he was going to go crazy and do what he was going to do before. There we go. So let's hop back in here. I'm trying not to tab too much, but it's a force of habit. Especially when you put things in groups, it becomes like lickety-split to switch to the right vehicle. Like, if I had to tab through, like, I don't know, like 10 vehicles to get to this, I probably wouldn't as much, but because I put things in groups, it just become a habit ever since I got that mod. It makes my life a lot easier, basically, so. Oh, goodness. Alright, looks like our Scania's ready to go. That was so much quicker this time, Mr. Scania. Jeez. Oh, man, I love how being in this tractor, it quiets down. I wish more vehicles had this feature. The in-cab sound, which is really, really nice. Particularly the Ford 3000, the Ford, I think it's the Ford Force Pack. I wish they had that. Of course, they're not enclosed cabs. That's why it's so loud, obviously. But it would be nice still. So it's so nice and quiet. Although the funny thing is, I wish what would happen is for the in-cab sounds. I wish what would happen is you wouldn't hear the vehicle quite as much, or the implement, I should say, the vehicle. So I wouldn't hear my forager there make as much sound as it's making right now. That would be nice, but I think it's a bit of a pipe dream. You'd have to do a lot of coding, I'd imagine, to get that to work properly, so. Oh well. Apparently we have the class Liner 4000 attached to this, according to my monitor. Oh goodness, I don't think I can do anything with these. That's just the window, indicator. You can actually turn it on and off right from here as well. Right there, which is kind of cool. Nice. I do like the way that truck looks. It's a good looking truck. Nice high res truck. I see so many mods that are not well put together, but that one's really, really nice. Did a good job, whoever modded that. I think there's some Mercedes that's like that too. I just saw I was looking at Mod Hoster, Hoster, whatever, that there was a Renault truck that had a single axle and a dual axle like that does. That would look kind of nice too, so. Alright, apparently I'm veering away from where I'm supposed to be going again. Alright, so, one of the annoying things, the fact, because I'm driving and it's not a hired worker or course play, I can't just stop the truck. So normally it would be this little tab right here, but I can't do that, unfortunately. And doing what I'm doing right now is not helping at all. There we go. So I'm just going to take off the end pieces here, and then once the Scania decides to start following me again, just cut in here. There we go. Perfect. People keep telling me I can adjust the linkage on this. I'm sure I can, but I keep clicking and moving and trying things out, but I haven't had any luck yet. I don't know why. So, I think actually what it's supposed to change is, it looks like it's supposed to change that down the bottom there, just based on the way the picture looks. So if I actually, no, you can't see it now. So if you look right there, up and down, it looks like it changes the hitch at the bottom, and then left and right. It's supposed to do something else. Like maybe it's because I have an implement attached. I'm sure that's the reason why, but I did it without the implement off camera, and then same thing. So I understand it does. It just doesn't seem like I want to play nice for whatever reason. So all right, almost done this field. This is good. So what I think I'll do is I'll stop the episode there for now. I have no idea how long I've been recording for. I'm not timing these episodes like I am. I actually had to time the Lomerheim map to make sure it's like 15 minutes or around that, because I'm so used to just going on and just recording until I feel like stopping. Like this map is like that basically. So some episodes will be longer, some episodes will be shorter. So this episode, I have no idea how long. So what I'll do is I'll stop the episode there for now. So I'm just going to stop the truck here, or tractor. I'll stop the episode, and I'll take out the more realistic mod, because I'm pretty sure I do have it installed, now that I think about it. And what we'll do is I'll finish the rest of this chaff off camera, and then we'll come back next episode and start seeding this field. And we also need to take care of fertilizer. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. Alright. So that's it for today, folks. My name's Ian Robson. This is Farming Simulator 2013, and we're playing on the Bayern farm. I'll catch you guys later.